Very warm welcome to Sejal ji, who is with us. I'm Dr. Priyanka Srivastava. I'm a professor of marketing and analytics in a business school here in the US, and I volunteer for Art of Living Foundation and working in this blessed, channel project. Today we have with us a very senior teacher from Art of Living who is joining us from India. And thank you so much for taking time out for this, Jai Gurdev. And I wanted to ask you, about your journey. Did you come into this path of Art of Living?
Yeah. So way back in 1995, we had a guest at our home,
Mm-hmm.
and then he was smiling all the time. So I was like, how can someone be, all the time so happy?
Mm-hmm.
Because that was not my experience at that time. So I looked at him and I asked him that what is it special about it,
Mm-hmm.
about you? Then he told me that I am an art of living teacher and I take these courses and you must do it. So, of course, I was inquisitive about it. But at the same time, my intellect was telling me that, okay, fine, art of living, I know how to live life. Who can teach me about my own life?
Yeah,
But then it happened that I couldn't resist anymore. The next day course was beginning, and he told me, "You just do it, and you will see your life will not be the same. It will be so much more beautiful." And then I joined the program. First day, second day, third day. That time we used to do Sudarshan Kriya.
mm,
So that experience of Sudarshan Kriya that changed my life, transformed my life totally. Because it was such a powerful experience. I can still get goosebumps that, my God, what experience it was.
yeah,
And then at the end, I heard such beautiful voice and some chanting, and that moment, some shift happened. I
yeah,
said, whose voice it could be? It's not my teacher's voice. And from where this voice is coming? And it was so divine and so full of love. Like every cell filled with that love and that peace and divinity, ecstasy, bliss. I don't have enough words.
yeah, yeah.
And then I didn't know that it was Gurudev's voice. And then after we opened our eyes, I asked my teacher, and he told me that
Mm,
it was Gurudev's voice. And that was my first connection with Master again.
yeah,
And that moment, I felt that this knowledge is so precious
mm,
and it can transform, suppose, me and those who were doing the course in just few minutes.
yeah,
Then
yeah.
this has to reach to, each and every one in the whole world.
Yes.
And I got so inspired, and somehow I never looked back. And then I became volunteer of Art of Living, then a teacher,
Mm.
and life is so blessed and such a celebration.
Wow, wow. So beautiful to hear. For me, it started back in 2012 when
Okay.
my elder kid was born. And yeah, and as you were rightly saying, some shift, some transformation happens, and then you're like, where was it earlier? And, life is
Yeah,
already in a different gear, in
true.
a different
True. I mean, if someone asks me, do you have any regret? Sometimes I do say that I did program in 1995, but I wish I could do it earlier than that. That's the only regret I have.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So now, I want to ask, how do you describe breath work and meditation playing a role in your life?
See, I was a person that, I mean, before Art of Living, I always tell people that, if you really want to compare, we have no before and after, then I'm the best example for that. Because I used to be uh, in a way, where emotionally not so balanced, in my opinion, today.
Mm,
So I was vulnerable, and I'm not saying it's wrong or anything, but it's just that, you know, my happiness was depending on other people's behavior and words and what I'm achieving or not achieving in my professional life or personal life and relationship with people around me. So, life was like in search of
mm,
something,
mm,
um, where you feel that happiness is your nature,
mm,
And then when I experienced Sudarshan Kriya and breath and meditation workshop, I I actually realized that breath is that tool which can bring you back to your source.
mm,
Because see, we think a lot.
mm,
Um, so many times we think about our feeling, we think about our own thinking. But now I know that thinking is not enough to bring that kind of transformation. We need something subtler than that.
mm,
And we all know that through the mind, you can't win over the mind, but through the breath, of course, you can.
mm,
And then, after practicing all this breathing and doing it regularly, I could see myself happier and enthusiastic and more in the present moment.
mm,
I started living my life. Otherwise, it was like something had happened in the past or what I want to do it in the future. So many fear, different,
mm.
some strange unknown fear were, ruling my life.
Yeah.
And then I felt like so free and so confident. I knew that I had something, like everyone has some potential and so many talent, but due to our own beliefs and so many things, some thoughts, we don't let ourselves express fully.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the case with me, that if anyone would tell me that, okay, you talk or speak, and I would be like, no, I can't speak in front of people.
Yeah.
So those things were there, and there were a lot of questions in the mind about purpose of life. And then when I experienced this workshop, the program, Art of Living program, I felt that it is taking me to the purpose of my life.
Mm. True, true.
And then you wonder that, my God, I mean, 6 days, just few hours, and
Mm,
if
mhm.
it can transform you and can give you all the answers probably you were looking, and make you a solid and a happier and a balanced person, much sorted person, then I mean, I wonder, today, if someone says, oh, I don't have time or I don't want to do the program, I'm like, you don't know, my dear, what you are
Mm.
postponing.
Yeah, yeah,
You deserve to get the best of your life.
yeah.
And this is the vehicle which will take you to that ultimate experience. And it's not that in 6 days you get some experience and then it washes away. No,
Mm-hmm.
that stays with you, because you something in you transforms.
Mm.
So it stays with you. And when you practice meditation every day, you know that how, that state can be maintained.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you so much for putting it so beautifully. Just yesterday, one of the student of my, business school program, she was like, "I'm in so much stress. I don't know how to handle." So then I was like, we keep giving them business lessons, but this is what actually they need. And even if we don't talk about, the course, but just talking about the breath work and meditation, I believe everyone has that weapon in place, right? Which can fight any level of stress. Just
Yeah.
that we have not been taught to use it well. and which is done so beautifully in this course, right? So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and not
Mhm.
only you get rid of the stress, but you uncover that bliss and happiness, which is
Yes.
like
Yeah.
your true nature.
Which is your true nature. Yeah, yeah. So moving on, I know that you are a blesser. What does blessing mean to you, Didi? Yeah.
So, of course, you know, I when I met Gurudev, the first thing which happened with me that he just blessed, and that experience was so amazing, so beautiful. It's like you feel so connected to that higher power, and you feel so protected also. And that like for me blessing is exactly like child is so child feels so free and secured in mother's arm.
Mm,
Child knows that that's why he's laughing and
mm,
so free like that. When you know that you are blessed, you are absolutely free. There is no worry,
mm,
and you know that that blessing is with you wherever you are.
yeah.
Master's blessing is with you.
Mm,
And I have experienced like number of times that sometimes something is there and I just tell Gurudev or some blesser that bless me for this, or sometimes for some family member that okay, bless for my give blessing for my mother or for her health. And then I see the shift.
mm,
So it's like, see, we know that there are certain things we can't fix everything,
mm,
but there is this higher power, and when you get connected to that higher power through blessing, then it's not you who is trying to solve the challenge, but now the higher power is there and things are moving the way it should have been moved, or the way you want,
mm,
for the best of your life.
mm.
Blessing is that energy, that power, which completes you and
Wow.
which takes you forward. If you are stuck, like through blessing, you move forward in your
Uh-huh.
life.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like, again, when you experience, you realize certain things, it's so hard to describe in words.
Mm,
But if you have taken blessing, you realize that
mm, mm,
blessing, instantly, immediately, it just frees your mind
mm,
and connects you
mm. No,
and
you
gives you that
described it.
assurance,
Mm.
that, oh, come on, everything will be fine.
Wow, yeah. You describe it so well that it's like a connection. It's like, how higher power working for you. So I will always remember that. Thank you so much for putting it across in such a simple way. So can you share some blessing stories that are on the top of your mind, or, you know?
I mean, I wonder sometimes, in a way, I wonder, and at times I know that why to wonder, because I jokingly say that, people believe in miracle, but teachers like us, full-time teachers, we literally rely on miracles in our life. We just know that, oh, everything will be fine. Even it is biggest problem, but we just know that things will be fine again.
Mm,
So I travel a lot, and sometimes people do invite me to their home. So I went to some devotees' home for some satsang, and then they told me that they have been married since few years, and they were trying. They even tried IVF, and but they were not getting conceived. Like she was not getting conceived, and then she said, please bless us. So I just blessed both of them. So I want to tell everyone that, Gurudev has created this program called Blessing Program.
mhm,
So when you do that program, that then you also become a blesser.
mm,
So I have done that program. I teach that program myself, and then I'm a blesser also. So otherwise, sometimes people wonder that who are you, that who will bless people, but it's like you are just the channel.
Mm.
Okay. I like you have a water tank in your
Mm.
house,
Mm.
and then you open any tap, water will come from the
Mm.
same tank.
Mm. Mm.
Maybe you can see 10 water tap in your house, but water is coming from the same source. So
Mm.
like that, you are a blesser, but it's like blessing is coming from that source, from the master, from that higher power. So then I blessed both of them. And then after a couple of weeks, I received a call, and she was so happy that I can't thank you enough, Sejal Didi. They called me Didi, that Didi, I can't thank you enough that I have conceived, and I've conceived naturally after 10 years of my marriage.
Uh-huh.
And see, I didn't even ask, but they felt that
Uh-huh.
it happened because of the blessing. They
Mm.
felt that. They
Mm.
believed in the blessing, and somehow they had that experience.
Mm.
So, like, this kind of experiences are there. And once I was traveling, and there was a boy, somebody brought that boy to me, and then there were other people also standing in a queue in India, like, if you're blessing, everyone wants to be blessed, and there is a long queue. So this boy was also there in the queue, and then I told him something, but he was just looking so blank. So somebody told me that this boy is from the neighborhood, and he's like almost like dumb and deaf from maybe beginning or something like that. So I
Mm.
just heard that, and like everyone, I blessed that boy also.
Mm.
And then after a few days, they called me that that boy is able to hear now. And I'm like, see, I don't know. And I always wonder. I don't question that, oh, wow. I just wonder that because, see, for me, like, power of the blessing is such that anything can happen.
Mm.
So I don't limit with my small intellect. So I said, oh, amazing,
Mm.
And I mean, if I look back and I think there are so many experiences people do get when they take blessings,
Mm.
and then they share also.
Yeah, yeah.
So, somebody, okay, wanted to get some desired job, and he said,
Uh,
no, it's been 5 years and I'm really not getting it.
uh,
And that person took blessing, though the person didn't have any faith or belief in art of living.
mm.
He just met me in some devotee's house. So first I was like, do you really want to take blessing? It's okay. If you don't have belief, it's fine. He said, no, I don't know. You just give me blessing.
Mm.
I'm feeling very calm in your presence. I said, fine, I give blessings. And then he was like, he just exactly got that job
Job.
he really wanted to devote his life for,
Wow.
and he's a doctor. And then he was so happy. Then he did all the programs, and whenever I go to that city, he's the first person. He'll come and meet me because now he shares that connection with me. But
Mm.
blessing was the beginning, first thing
Mm.
he experienced was the blessing.
Mm. Mm.
So at times I travel, and once I was in the flight, and there was a girl sitting uh, behind me, and she was so somehow she was not okay.
Uh-huh.
So the crew, they came and they tried to help her, but no, I mean she was just, maybe she got some panic attack or something.
Mm-hmm.
So um, then I don't know, nobody could help her. So I just looked at her, and I asked her that, do you mind? I mean, I can give you a little healing or something, because
Mm.
maybe everyone might not understand the word
Understand.
blessing, blessing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said, I can give you some healing or something if it is okay, because she didn't know
Mm.
me.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
said, yeah, okay, fine. So I just like, blessed her. And then later on, just in few minutes, she was fine. And then once we got down, she came to me and said, I don't know, but thank you so much. Then I shared a little bit about art of living. And
Yeah.
so it's like, if we are a blesser, I always tell all the blesser, go around, bless people. Everyone in the world, everyone wants to be
You
blessed. That
need.
much I can
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And as
Yeah.
you're rightly saying, right, that in India, if you say that I'm giving blessings, everyone would line up and say, I need blessings. Yeah. So that's how
Not
it
only
is.
India, in so
Everyone
many
needs
other
it.
countries also, because
Yeah. Yeah.
everyone wants, something in their life which is kind of little mystical. I would
Mm-hmm.
say little
Yeah.
mystical.
Yeah.
So,
And
and
some.
blessing is mystical in my understanding.
Yeah, yeah, and you put it so nicely that for everyone life is a miracle, but you see that miracles happening every now and then, and yeah. So very briefly, Sejal Didi, you mentioned the word satsang, okay, and somehow I connect the dots between being calm and then singing, meditation. Somehow I connect them together. So one of the popular initiatives by Art of Living is World Cultural Festival. I wanted to know from you, have you taken part in World Cultural Festival, and what was your experience like if you've taken part in it?
Just a second, I need to drink some water.
Yeah, yeah.
So, when you asked about World Cultural Festival, that's like I have attended two, one in New Delhi, 2016, and one in US,
Mm-hmm.
and that was in 23, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
23,
2020. Yeah.
2023.
Yeah.
So, you know, of course, we all were working for it, and we were told that this many thousand musicians will play music together and sitar together, and this many dancers from this country will dance, and then some this kind of dance, some this kind of music. So I was like, how is it possible? How is it possible that 1,000 people are, or maybe more? I mean,
Yeah.
there were like 36,000 around that many performance. I was
Yeah.
like, how is it even possible that
Yeah.
everyone will be in tune and where they will practice, and it's like not that easy, right? And especially to get all the artists together.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was sitting in the audience and when I was watching, it was like, you can't even see
Yeah.
the whole thing in one frame of it. But the energy over
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
was so joyful, and you know every I felt that the culture and music and singing unite everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone is celebrating what? Celebrating culture of all walks of life, all countries, and all small little states from different part of India also. And people didn't know each other, but everyone just became one.
Mm-hmm.
So I strongly feel that such event, first of all, to even visualize before planning that, okay, we will have this kind of event,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
itself, it takes a lot of courage and faith. I really feel only Gurudev can even dream of doing such magnanimous things.
Mm-hmm.
And when it happens, you feel that that love unites, love really moves the world. Music and culture can unite people, and in today's time, where people do some protest, and we we we, we experience so many things, we witness so many things, as where here everyone is coming together and saying that life is so beautiful. Let's sing
Mm-hmm.
and dance,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
let's sing and dance. Let's sing in even in ups and downs of our life. Let's dance through the life.
Yeah.
So, uh, such festival and such event give us that message.
Mm,
And again, that if this is possible, then anything is all possible.
mm,
So this message is also there,
mm,
that if thousands of people can come together and millions of people can sit together peacefully and joyfully,
mm,
then it tells us that in a way, most of the people in this universe, in this world, want joy, want happiness, peace. This is true. That's why everyone is there. Everyone was there.
mm.
So we all must, take part in such a, and we should organize it in our capacity.
Yeah, yeah, we,
Yeah.
we must do that. Yeah, once that vision established now, and we have seen that
Yeah.
everyone loves it. In our own capacity, everyone should try to do that. Okay, so with that beautiful thought, Sejal ji, I'll want to say you thank you for taking time out. I know it was a quite busy day for you, and
Yeah, today it
otherwise
was
also
a
you
bit
keep
like
very
that.
busy
Yeah,
with
yeah.
courses and teaching. Thank you so much for taking time for us
It
and
was so
speaking
nice,
with me.
Priyanka ji. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.